is Monica Munn.
And I'm Isaac Ward.
And we are the real MCs for tonight.
Okay, to start off real quick, we would like to give a big shout out to Bonwich, Pho Factory, Little Saigon Market, Oasis, RHA, and Sigma Psi Zeta Nationals for sponsoring this event. Thank you for supporting us and making this event possible.
Next, we would like to introduce our lovely judges. We are so honored to have Candy Trong, Jackson Wupong, and Ibrahim Hamzat join us for this event. Please give them a hand.
We also have some Greek organizations in attendance tonight, and we would like to take a quick moment to recognize each organization. Now with that said, please do not mimic any of the calls or hand motions of these organizations because people will get offended and we don't want that to happen, okay? But starting off, I want to say greetings to the most honorable men of Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity Incorporated, founded April 4th, 1986 at the University of Iowa in Iowa City, Iowa. Greetings.
Next up, greetings to the women of Delta Xi Nu sorority.
199, 702, we're the baddest, we're the hottest, we are Delta
And greetings to the ladies of Kappa Delta Chi Sorority Incorporated.
Greetings to the men of Lambda Phi Epsilon fraternity.
Check it out! Ow! 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 Phi! In you go!
Okay, and greetings to the ladies of Lambda Theta Nu Sorority Incorporated.
Greetings to the men of Omega Delta Phi fraternity.
Oh, one, two, high!
All right, and greetings to the ladies of Delta Phi Lambda Sorority Incorporated.
We're the sisters of D Phi L. Run these dogs, you can always tell. Established in 98. Best decisions that we ever made. D Phi.
Okay.
Is there anyone from NPHC that would like to be greeted?
Perfect. All right, greetings to the men of Chi Sigma Tau Fraternity Incorporated.
We are everything!
Greetings to the Panhellenic and IFC.
All right, and greetings to Alpha Delta Pi Sorority Incorporated. Thank you.
And last but not least, greetings to my own sisters of Sigma Psi Zeta Sorority Incorporated.
Good work, good work.
Man, that was intense.
Man, you're telling me, all that running, there's a lot of people in here. Shoot, man. I think we need to call it the next act to cool off the stage, you know?
All right, it's that time. LQ Jules is a part of the GDPT Lin Quan Buddhist Youth Association in Lincoln, Nebraska.
They will be performing traditional Vietnamese dances, often performed at festivals and certain holidays.
My name is Kaylin Wing, and we're the LQ Jewels, which is part of the GDT Linh Quang Buddhist Youth Association located here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Our performance specifically tonight is just a traditional Vietnamese hat and fan dance, but we're also kind of adding aspects of the American culture through our modern twists in our choreography and the song choice. We're tying back to our Vietnamese culture, but still like kind of adding our own idea of what the American culture is with our modern twist. It's just like something that we want to showcase to the audience and just so everyone knows more about like what the Vietnamese culture is about.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you LQ Jewels.
Hãy theo anh đi khắp thế gian, không tình
Can you help us give it up one more time for LQ Jules? So Monica, do you even know anything about space?
Yeah, I totally do. Go ahead and quiz me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. What is the smallest planet in the entire world?
Hawaii?
Monica, I gotta be honest with you about something. I don't know anything about space either. I don't even know what I'm doing here, to be honest. Like, I was stressed during finals, and Taylor approached me like, hey, do you want to do MC for this event? I was like, okay, sure, but I don't really have any of the skills.
It's okay, Isaac. No worries. We can have the audience help us out, right?
Well, I mean, if you guys are down, I found this quiz online that could teach me and Monica some facts about outer space, and it might even teach some of you something. For our next act, we have Danielle and Verenice. They will be performing My Only One by Sebastian Yatra. This song was originally written and performed in Spanish, which is pronounced No hay nadie más, and it features Isabella Merced in the English version. This song speaks to the love they have for each other and how there is no one else that is made for them.
Daniel will also be performing Shotgun. Shotgun is a song by the British singer George Ezra. This song was written after spending quality time and relaxing in Barcelona, so we hope you feel the same.
My name is Verenice Castillo. I am a junior biological sciences major.
Well, I'm Daniel, and I'm about to graduate from actuarial science.
And Daniel and I met my freshman year, and we just kind of had this music experience class, and one day he came up to me after class, and we just became friends after that, and we realized we kind of had the same passion for music, and next thing you know, we're kind of playing guitar and singing together,
So we found this cool song that is like, it mixes English and Spanish, so it's called My Only One by Sebastian Yatra. And I mean, we like it because it's two-person song.
Well, I started playing violin when I was 9, and it was just something I always found, like, to be able to relieve stress, you know, kind of have some fun. I was in the orchestra, choir, marching band, and being here in college, just kind of, with the hard classes, all the stuff we're doing, it's really nice to kind of be able to de-stress and decompose with the music, especially sharing the passion with Daniel, because we both love it, so.
Yeah, like, I don't play music anymore outside of, like, as I used to do it before, like drums, guitar, and singing. So finding this space is just like an awesome opportunity to keep doing what we like to do as a hobby.
I thought my hands were shaking. shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. South of the equator, navigator, gonna hit the road, gonna hit the road. She diving around the clock, bikini bottom, larger top. I can get used to this. Time flies by and the yellow rims stick around and you see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like it's someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like it's someone. Yeah, two in the front, two in the back, sailing along, and we don't look back, 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 back. Time flies by and the yellow rims stick around and you see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like it's someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like it's someone. Hey! I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like it's someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like it's someone. Riding shotgun. Thank you.
Give another round of applause for Danielle and Verenice.
Man, it looks like we have a lot of people from the galaxy here today.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. I'm kind of curious about like who's from where. Let's go figure out. I want to see who's in this audience.
Sure.
Okay, bear with us. Yeah. Oh, I know all these people. They're locals. No, it's Theta. No. Okay. Let's see who's this. All right, who do we got over here? Where are you guys from?
Nebraska?
You're from Nebraska? What city?
Omaha.
You're from Omaha, dang. Okay, that was a big spaceship travel for you over here. I'm glad you came over. Congratulations.
Welcome.
All right, I'm curious, like the whole other side of the room. Like, let's just skip all these people and see who's over there.
Yeah, let's look over there.
I don't recognize any of them. Like, who do they know here?
Who is that?
JK. Let me see. Let's go this way. I know these people. Okay. How about these guys? So
where are you guys from?
United States. Okay. Me too, man. Which state are you from?
What state?
Kansas.
Kansas. And I'm Trin Nguyen, the performance chair for this year. Coming all the way from Wichita, Kansas, we are so excited to be participating at InvAsian this year. And as a multicultural sorority, we pride ourselves on expressing and representing our diversity and individuality through so many different ways. In this case, you will be seeing us strolling.
What is strolling? Strolling has been traced back to African American Greek organizations, but has become a tradition for cultural Greek organizations. And strolling is just the act of synchronized dancing with a big group of people. So why is strolling important?
Strolling is important to our organization because it connects us to each other as we celebrate our roots.
It also promotes unity within our own organization.
So on that note, see you there!
All the way from Wichita, Kansas is the Alpha Theta chapter of Sigma Psi Zeta. They'll be performing a tradition with NPHC and MGC Greek organizations known as strolling.
Today, through strolling, the Alpha Theta chapter hopes to represent their missions of self-acceptance, cultural embracement through the sisterhood. It is their ultimate sign of camaraderie and cultural praise. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me and welcome the Alpha Theta stroll team.
That's her type. Hennessy on my lips, take a little sip.
Rich, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type. That's my type. 8-figure, that's the type. Rich, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type. That's my type. 8-figure, that's the type. That's my type. That's my type. Let's do it. Right around it. I can see why all these basic bitches. Bust down, wrist, that I bust down. That I want your man, no fucking down fist. He a rich, but he still hitting me. Feeling rare, but he still can't hit. Please, Lamborghini keys. Dripping ice, he get flown out to me. Please, I want a man with a beat. From the bag on down on the beat.
Take a little sip, privacy on the door, on the bitch.
A rich 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type. That's my type. 8-figure, that's the type. A rich 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type. That's my type. 8-figure, that's the type. That's my type. That's my type.
Wait, who said we were done?
Cash on me, like I hit the lottery. Rich trip, watch on how they follow me. Honey's blue, yeah, I got them all on me. Go, let's go. Got a shoe, yeah, I keep a style on me. Pretty freeze, made them pile on me. I swear, wet party, I got 30 thou on me right now. Go.
All right, give another hand for the Alpha Theta chapter of Sigma Psi Zeta.
So Monica, you know what? I was thinking the other day, Valentine's in like a week, Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, do you have a Valentine's Day?
Me? Man, yeah, I've been locked down for about 4 years now. But what about you, huh?
Well, not really.
Okay, bear with me here. So there's this thing I just heard, it's like getting really popular in the galaxy, right? Okay, it's called guardiansmingle.com. Let's just give it a try, okay? Are you down?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see who's on here now. I mean, okay, looks can be deceiving. Let's see. Some call him Thanos, others call him the Mad Titan. He has no preference, that's kind of a red flag right there. Okay, he enjoys long walks on the beach, sunrise or sunset, and occasionally balancing the universe with the snap of his fingers.
He sounds alright.
Next. Okay, let's see.
Rocket. I only cuddle with those I feel like I can open up to.
There you go.
My weapon of choice is explosives. My favorite place to eat is the dumpster out back of Smash Burgers. And he has experience with kids, raised a tree.
He doesn't really count as a kid. I don't know.
He's kind of alright too.
Next. Oh, come on. How can you say? Okay, so his name is Baby Groot. He says, "I am Groot." How can you say no?
So cute. Okay, I say yes to him.
Yes. Okay. So now we got Monica booed up and all. We can go on to the next act. So Tara Tran and Jack Borden will be doing a musical performance where the two will perform a love ballad called Your Song by Elton John.
My name is Tara. I'm a senior here at the university and I study biology. And Jack is with me.
And I'm recently graduated from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I'm a finance major. And yeah, we're just really good friends performing a song together.
So we're singing Your Song by Elton John. Prior to doing the song, we were doing a duet to Come What May, which was a song in a movie. And I was like, Jack, we should do a talent show together. I really like singing, Jack really likes singing, he's really good at piano, so we just like collided worlds together, and now we're singing a duet.
And also, like, singing is something that, like, when I sing, I feel more alive than when I'm doing anything else, just because it's something that strikes to the heart of who I am, which is a performer.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Tara and Jack.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. No, it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. They've got me quite cross, but the sun's been kind.
watching that first dance group, I need to step up my game, you know?
I mean, that's cool, but have you seen the latest TikTok videos?
Faintly, I think I might have just seen it, but I don't know. Show me.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Here, right here. Now you try. It's easy.
Okay, sure. One more time. So that was my attempt, but I think we need some real dancers up here.
Up next, we have the UNL Hip Hop Dance Club. UNL Hip Hop Dance Club is a hip hop dance group that celebrates dance and promotes the history and teachings of hip hop.
They are a diverse group of individuals from different backgrounds and cultures brought together by the art of hip hop. What unifies them, though, is the love they have for the art of hip hop.
My group is the Hip Hop Dance Club, and we're a very diverse group of people, and we're just all brought together by dance and the art of hip hop, and we teach the fundamentals and foundations of hip hop and the history, and we just go and appreciate again that history of hip hop, and we do so through performing and teaching different styles and genres of hip hop, and so yeah, that's basically what my group is all about. So we're doing, I believe, 2 or 3 dances, kind of surrounded around the theme of the sigmas of the galaxy. So again, that space type theme. We kind of bring in that aspect of diversity and different cultures and backgrounds within our group. I think there's just a freedom in dance, and once you find your own freedom and your kind of will to dance in a way. For me personally, dance saved me, and so I think that's why I'm so passionate about it. And every person has a different story as to why they dance, but within this group, you can see that passion for everyone.
Please help me welcome to the stage UNL Hip Hop Dance Club. Give another round of applause for UNL Hip Hop Dance Club.
Thank you, everyone. Now we will be going into intermission now.
But first, we have our host that would like to say a few words.
Will be donated to the Friendship Home, which is our local philanthropy, and they help provide shelter and support to women and children of domestic violence. And so I have here tonight a special guest, actually, and we have Lisa Gwill, who is the development director from the Friendship Home.
First of all, I want to thank you so much for having me, Jennifer. I want to let you guys know that I spent 35 years in television before I started my position at the Friendship Home, and you all are doing a very great job. I produce a lot of events, and this is really well done. So I'm used to being behind the camera and behind the lights, not in front of the lights, but I'll stay back here so you can see me. I wanted to tell you tonight about the Friendship Home, and again, thank you so much for supporting the Friendship Home. We're very honored by this. I want to tell you first a story about Eve. Eve was talking to the Friendship Home for several weeks about her partner Brad and his continued abuse, both physical and mental. One afternoon, Brad came home. He was very agitated. He started throwing the furniture, and their two little girls, Jamie 4 and Sienna 6, Jamie 4 and Sienna 6, were of course terrified. He threw Eve up against the wall, proceeded to berate her, call her names, was very upset. and then tossed her down a flight of stairs in front of the girls. She managed to make her way back up the steps to protect her children and somehow found a way into their restroom and locked the door. There she called the Friendship Home. We could hear the children crying in the background. Obviously, Eve was crying as well. And we called the Lincoln Police Department. They came to their home. They arrested Brad. They took Eve, Jamie, and Sienna to our emergency shelter here in Lincoln. They were, of course, terrified. We got Eve the medical help that she needed. She actually was bleeding from her head. And they spent 6 to 8 weeks with us in emergency shelter. During that time, she worked with her case manager, Lori, to decide what it was that Eve wanted to do. What were her resources? What were her options? And during that same time, our children's advocates were spending time with Jamie and Sienna, reading books, coloring, and allowing Eve to have time to talk to support groups and also to decide what it was that she wanted to do with the rest of her life. She eventually moved to another community and lived with her sister. Jamie and Sienna got to spend time with their cousin. She got a job in this other community and eventually was even promoted. And we don't always hear from our survivors, but in this case, Eve actually called her caseworker, Lori, her case manager, Lori, and said, thank you. We're safe, we're happy. My children are ecstatic to spend time with their cousin, and this wouldn't have happened without the Friendship Home. So I wanted to tell you that story tonight because it's one of many. In fact, in 2019, I want to throw a number at you, 1,525. 1,525. That's the number of domestic violence victims here in Lincoln and Lancaster County that we helped. 1,525 here in Lincoln and Lancaster County. Isn't that unreal? So it is so wonderful that we have organizations like yours that support the Friendship Home. Unfortunately, we have a lot of work to do. Out of that 1,525, over 60% of that number were the kids that came with their guardian, their parent. Now, the three areas that we help with the Friendship Home: crisis services, and that begins from the first phone call. That first phone call when that domestic violence victim finds the courage to make the call to the Friendship Home. And then crisis services extends beyond into when they're at the Friendship Home, if they do decide to come and shelter with us, to actually helping them with their health. We actually have a health navigator position, and it is just what it sounds. We have one individual that helps our victims navigate their way through the health system. As you can imagine, some of our victims have not been allowed to go to the doctor. Why? Because the doctor might see the abuse. Some of our victims have lost babies at home and weren't allowed to go to a doctor. So that's why the health navigator position is very important. So crisis services, that's one. Second one, emergency shelter. Much like Eve called and the Lincoln Police Department came and took her to our emergency shelter with her children. And then the third area is transitional housing. We work with the Lincoln Housing Authority that once they're out of emergency shelter, then we help as much as we can with transitional housing. In addition, we help with support groups with economics. In some cases, in these situations, the dollars have been controlled by the abuser, and so the victim doesn't really even know how to manage money. So we have classes for that. And so again, crisis services, emergency shelter, and transitional housing is what we do at the Friendship Home. And I want to say there are so many wonderful men that we need, all the guys in the audience, we need you guys to understand how terrible this is. Again, remember that number, 1,525 domestic violence victims needed our help last year. And we know that's not everyone that needed us. There's still women out there that are too afraid to come forward for many reasons. I want you to think about this a little bit. We've had women call us and say they can't leave. And we understand that fear. We've had women that have called us and said, yeah, my husband throws gasoline on me and runs around the house with a lighter and tells me that if I leave, he's going to kill my parents. And we know that happens. It happened outside of Omaha last year. Or maybe they have a beloved dog in their life and that's all they have. And so their abuser threatens their beloved golden retriever. So if you ask why do women not leave, there's a lot of reasons that they're fearful or protective of their children or their parents or whatever their situation is. So we need the Friendship Home. When we all sit around and talk, those of us at the Friendship Home, we say, wouldn't it be great if someday we don't have a job? I spent 37 years, I think I'm the oldest person in the room. I spent 37 years in television here in Lincoln, 20 of it at KOLN. And about a year and a half ago, I decided that before I retire, I wanted to do more mission-oriented work. And I'm so glad I made that decision. I'm 59. I hope I can work at the Friendship Home for at least 4 or 5 years or longer. And it just warms my heart to see a group of young people, and you're young, a group of young people, Jennifer, all of you that are doing this for the Friendship Home. Jennifer, I looked at the wrong person. It gives me hope for the future. There's so many great young people out here that are wanting to support nonprofits and in particular the Friendship Home. Now, I know my stories tonight, they're not stories, they're real. I did change the names. But I know my message is sad. But we recently, with one of the things I did when I first started there was worked with a marketing company here in town called Kid Glove, and we rejuvenated our marketing. We need marketing on a nonprofit level. We need people to understand our message. So we were Safe, Shelter, and So Much More, which was a wonderful tagline for years. 40 years Friendship's Home has been in town. We changed it through the help of Kid Glove to, and I think you guys will find this very impactful, empowering freedom from domestic violence. So I want to thank you for helping us to continue to empower freedom from domestic violence. Have a good time tonight. Thank you.